How's it going, guys? Well, welcome to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Fata Morgana, the house of Fata Morgana. Oh, well, I think I'm mostly recovered from my cold. We'll see. This is the real true test to find out if I can do this or not, but thank you for your patience. I guess we'll jump right back into it. Last time we were here, we've discovered that while the white-haired girl was determined to get revenge on her artist father by eliminating the male of this noble house, she couldn't bring herself to kill Mell, and his I would call it, what do we call it? His infatuation / love that seems to just transcend the boundary of fear, where he literally was more worried about her than himself when she'd come to kill him. Kind of apparently overrode, and she's kind of just given up on that dream, it seems. So, if I'm guessing correctly, we might be at the show, and Nellie's gonna notice that they're together or something. So we'll see what happens, but it's implied that it's not going to be fun. That while there is some happiness to be had, I don't think it'll last. So we'll just have to see. So once again, forgive me for my vocals. I don't do great vocals anyway, and with my throat still kind of in recovery mode, it's not going to be pretty, but I'll do my very best. Let's jump in and go for it then. Alright, Nellie. Now, Nellie, you love the theater, so don't look so cross. Oh, is this her arranged man, I'm guessing? Nellie was out with a man other than her brother that evening, a rare sight indeed. And she was quite clearly in a foul mood. I will not stand for this. That I should have to marry a man as disagreeable as Arthur. It's unthinkable. The young man at her side was Nellie's fiancé, selected by her parents. On any other occasion, she would have snubbed an invitation from any man who was not Mell, but she had little say in this matter. She was, for lack of a better word, forced to go out with him. And oh, how furiously she had fought against it. She had shoved aside the Abigail trying to fasten her corset, locked herself in her room, and sobbed for quite some time. It required the combined efforts of several of us to get her ready and out the door for her date. Come now, you should at least pretend you're enjoying yourself. Or do you want people to think we don't get along? Do we get along? Well, I want to, for what it's worth. What is worth if to you is my name, not me? Are you really going to be like that? I went out of my way to take you to your favorite play. The least you could do is be a little kinder to me. What was it called again? Romeo and Juliet? It's been running for 6 or 7 years now. A family like yours or mine could pay to have a brand new script written. So why should we see an old play in a theater full of commoners? It may be private, but even so, I would rather just have a show put on at my estate. Stop that talking already. Why should I have to marry someone like you? I have absolutely no desire to marry you. Whatever it takes, I will put a stop to this. I'll talk to my father as many times as I must. Please, don't make such a scene. It's shameful. There are people around, remember? You represent your family. Besides, our families are hardly strangers to one another. Try as you might, I doubt you can get rid of me. No matter what you say, you can't break this engagement. I don't... Your parents gave you too much freedom, and look what a spoiled little girl you became because of it. Goodness, you're going to be quite the handful. Oh, get off your high horse. No, you're the one on the high horse, Nellie. You're going to be my wife. You could at least put some effort into liking me. Yay, it's so much fun, arranged marriages. What happens when I take you to a social engagement and you act like this? It's shameful for both of us. This coming from someone who used to call me Lady Nellie? What's your problem? When you choose to act like a lady, I'll gladly call you that again. Goodness gracious. Put yourself in my shoes for a second. I have to marry a bratty little girl because it will help my family. How dare you talk to me that way? You're not a darn princess. Open your eyes. If you think talking to your father will get you out of this marriage, you're welcome to try. I doubt he'll have it, though. Otherwise, you can just go complain about it to your friends. Oh, that's right. As far as I'm aware, you don't have any friends. Wow, what a pleasant fellow. I understand. It's very frustrating. It would be very frustrating to be like, oh, we're engaged, and look how snooty he's being, but he's being quite snooty too. I think our relationship needs to have time to breathe, and while she may be in a huff right now, it might just take a little time to get over it, especially when she knows that Mell is interested in somebody else. It might actually help. Not that he understands any of that, so perhaps I'm too much in the meta in this situation to really engage in like what Arthur should be doing. He definitely seems quite snootish though. Enough! As you wish. This is so frustrating. Why should I have to listen to this jerk mock me? I have Mell. I know. If Father won't listen to me, I'll ask Mell to talk to him. Mell won't be able to convince him. Come on now. Your favorite play is about to start. Maybe you should face forward. Enjoy it while it lasts. You won't be talking down to me much longer. Yes? What? Is that... Wait, Nellie. Get back here. What is that darn child's problem? I didn't give her permission to leave. Oh yeah, he seems like just a gem. Of course, you know, back in the day, they got away with this because it was kind of the social norm, but still. Father will be sure to hear about this. I cannot have the roads making any more of a fool of me. You're fine. Don't be shy. Oh, wow. Aw, that dress looks pretty. But so many people are looking at me. That's because you're gorgeous. No, it's because I look strange. I assure you, that's not the case. It is true you have an unusual appearance. But right now, the unique color of your hair, your skin, and your eyes all serve to accentuate your beauty. You sound like a prince, Lord Mell. What? You think so? I mean, I did say I did say I'd be a stand-in prince for you, but I think you're a wonderful prince, not just a stand-in. Which makes you my princess then. I don't. Aw, you're supposed to say, yes, I am. There. You're gonna make me sad. I guess I'll just have to keep working on it until you submit. Oh, hey, the play's about to start. What am I supposed to be doing? Nothing in particular. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Oh, but there is one thing. Yes? If I start dozing off, could you maybe wake me up? Huh? Oh, yep, here comes the storm. I sense a hurricane called Nellie on the horizon. What? Dearest Mell. Uh-oh. Nellie. Dearest Mell, what are you doing here? I asked her to join me. It's nothing we get worked up over. It is! It absolutely is! How many times did I have to ask you to come with me and you wouldn't? You don't even like theater, dearest Mell, and you brought her. You're right. I'm not especially fond of plays, but I wanted her to be able to come see one. Why are you making such a big deal about this, Nellie? She's not suitable for you. What? She isn't good enough for you. Why would you choose her? She's creepy and you have no idea where she came from. Don't talk about her like that, Nellie. But you don't even know where her family is. I do. What? Lord Mell. It's fine. You just stay quiet. Like the other mage, she comes from a respectable house. I looked into it. However, circumstances prevent me from telling you what house that is. No, you're lying. That can't be. She doesn't act like a lady. She lacks etiquette and probably can't even dance. You expect me to believe someone like her is from a good house? Enough already, Nellie. Mell yelled at me. You have my word. You don't have to worry about her. So please, stay out of this, Nellie. It isn't any of your business if I spend time with her, is it? But dearest Mell. You need to stop hanging all over me, Nellie, and find someone who... Wait. What are you doing at the theater? Are you here alone? Oh, yes, dearest Mell, about that. I have a favor to ask you. I've been waiting to talk to you about this since yesterday, but I haven't seen you at all. Settle down, Nellie. What is it? Father had me engaged without consulting me. And he picked Arthur, the disagreeable little... Oh, right, that. I already know. What? I heard it from Father. That reminds me, you didn't show up at the breakfast this morning. I see now. It was because of your engagement. Dearest Mell, is that who you're here with today? In that case, you should go back to him, rather than wasting any more time with us. You knew I didn't want to get married, Mell, so why? Why didn't you talk Father out of it? Because it's your time, Nellie. If there's someone else you'd rather be with, then, well, you can try persuading Father, but... You're the only prince for me, dearest Mell. And a prince always gets his princess's wish. Doesn't he? I just want you to say that you'll do it for me, dearest Mell. Lady Nellie? You stay out of this. It's all your fault. It's all because you showed up and played your little tricks on him. I warned you about this rat, dearest Mell. She is not suitable for... I told you I had enough. Oh, fetch, man. I kind of felt that was coming, but jeez, Nellie's not having a good day. How much longer are you going to continue to act like a child? I can deal with you being a spoiled little girl, but how dare you be so derisive to someone else? Mell hit me. Lord Mell. Go on. The show's about to start. People are giving us dirty looks. Return to your betrothed now. I will apologize to him afterwards as well. You said you'd always be by my side. That you would always be my prince. The time for make-believe is past, Nellie. No! I refuse to believe it! I will not have it! Nellie! Oh my goodness, that girl. Are you not gonna go after her, Lord Mell? No, just let her go. The only place she ever has to go is home. I just wish she had to start acting more like an adult. I imagine Lady Nellie simply... She what? No, it just wasn't my intention to get between you. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault we had an argument. But you two are so close. Well, yeah, we're siblings, so we're close, but nothing more. I do care about Nellie, and I enjoy spending time with her. Oh, sorry, hand. Cursed my hand. But she's my sister, nothing more. Anyway, sorry for making such a scene. No, I imagine she left her betrothed behind without saying anything, so I'm gonna go apologize to him. We have to keep up appearances. Stay here. I'll be right back. Very well. Well, we got to see a nice dark side to everybody that time around. Master, What are your thoughts on the tale so far? Which of the siblings do you think was in the right, Master? The brother or the sister? Well, if I have to say, I wish Nellie lived in a world where she could follow her own fancies, but if the push comes to shove, Mell's correct. Do I think he should have struck his sister? Absolutely not. I think that's a foreboding, terrible sign for the future. Do I feel like he should have shouted at her? Probably not, but she kind of did need to wake up to reality a bit. I mean, she's young. I wish she didn't have to be getting married and everything, but, like, it's kind of the way of the times, and there is a responsibility to the house and family when it comes to that type of thing. So, despite the fact, like, she's been so determined to pretend like she can just ignore that part of her life, but, I mean, she has to come to the realization that she can't anymore. And when her father's taking the steps because she literally just wouldn't, like, do anything about it, he's just taking the next logical step, which is like, all right, we'll arrange the marriage. Something that profits us both and somebody who we feel like is a decent fit for you. So she really needs to decide for herself what to do. And the fact that she still kept running to Mell to try and fix all her problems shows that she does need to grow up a bit. So do I approve of everything that's going on? Absolutely not on a principle level. But when you take into the context of what's going on, then I think Mell's in the right. Excuse me. Of course, Mell's gambling too, with his whole, like, trying to have a relationship with a commoner. That's going to be interesting. Oh my, I apologize for the abrupt question. Did I startle you? What do I think? Yes, I believe Mell was probably right. He was also surely happier than her. As Mell had anticipated, Nellie fled from the theater, leaving her fiancé behind. She forced her way into a carriage, stopped outside, probably one called for a different nobleman, and ordered it to take her home. Mell's assumption was correct. The only place she had to return to was the mansion. The sun was beginning to set, and as a young lady, she could not simply go wandering through town alone. Nor did she have any acquaintances to take her in. Her world was, in essence, composed of two elements, her brother and the rose garden. They were the lights of her life at Rose Manor. She lived a very isolated existence, which isn't good. When she escaped back home, Nellie went straight to her room, locked the door, and began sobbing. The waves of her sorrow came crashing effortlessly over the leaves. Tears streamed through the cracks in the walls of the dams, blocking her tear ducts. Why? Why? Why won't you help me, Mell? Why won't you take my side? The decor in her room appeared blurry through her damp eyes. Memories of the day she had decorated played back in her mind with crystal clarity. She told me she had no feelings for you. That liar! That liar! She let her emotions run wild, breaking glass craftworks, silver plates designed by famous foreign artisans, flowered vases, all sorts of things. It was as though a beast had been set loose in the bedchamber. The vase she tossed shattered against a painting hanging on the wall, spraying water, porcelain, and roses in every direction. It was the portrait she adored so dearly, of her and her brother. And in what appeared to her like a metaphor for her life, the frame fell off its mounting and came crashing to the floor. Nellie darted over and scooped it up. The frame had broken, but the painting inside was unharmed. The two smiling children are still the very image of happiness, inseparable siblings gently holding one another's hand. My prince is no more. Though her present state of mind, the image of happiness brought her nothing but misery. And the worse she felt, the more frustrated she grew, and the smiling girl and kind boy of her past. The princess is no more either. You're not a princess anymore, Nellie. Some other woman has taken your place. I trusted you, Mell. I believed you would always be there for me. This painting, it's nothing but a lie. That's not the real Mell. That's not the real me. It's all a big fat lie. Lie. I wish this painting never existed. It was never meant. I wish that it was never made. That I never had a brother. This painting. Poor girl. In a fit of emotional distress, she scratched feverishly at the painting she once considered precious. She put more force into her fingers than she, or perhaps anyone, might have imagined she could. Flakes of paint began falling off the canvas, and in time she noticed something peculiar. What? Huh? What is this writing? Something's hidden beneath the paint. Just a little more. A date. Why would that be hidden? What could it be for? Completed. May 1587. 1587. She read aloud the faded, scratched up handwriting. After staring blankly at the text for some time, the color in her face began to drain. What is this? How? How could this have been painted 16 years ago? I wasn't even born then, and Mell would have been just a baby. Is this not me? Is this not Mell? Now this is interesting. There's still more writing. Urged on by her rapidly pounding heart, Nellie fiercely scratched away at the painting. Even as her clean pink fingernails were soiled with fragments of paint and blood, she did not stop. She was so overwhelmed by trepidation that she could not stop. She had a horrible premonition that something was about to happen, something indescribably incomprehensible. This is how I envisioned your son and our unborn daughter might look several years from now. Your son and our unborn daughter. So this was a painting of the future. It really is of me and Mell. No, use your head, stupid. I'm only 14. 16 years ago, I would not have even been inside Mother. But then, who is this? Who is that holding Mell's hand? Who is that with my brother? More, there has to be more. Ow! Found it. There's more writing. I have to know what this is. Calm down, Nellie. It's nothing to get worked up over. I'm sure it's nothing. Calm down and read. There's nothing to worry about. If our unborn child... This is what the writing on the painting said. If our unborn child does not have your hair color, then you will probably not be able to take her in as your own. Oh no. I will be punished and my life made miserable. And so I pray that this child might have flaxen hair. Uh-oh. Though is it a sin to wish she has in her a trace of me? I do hope it is a girl. Hang on a second. Oh. Okay. I think I'm starting to see what's happened here. You know the painter who used to work for the family and then got banished because he messed up some art? Starting to think he didn't mess up some art. Starting to think that he was giving art lessons. And the art lessons turned into art lessons with the lady of the manor, who got pregnant and wasn't 100% sure who the possible the father was. And so when the daughter was born with white hair, the truth came out, and the Lord kicked the cheater, the what's a mistress for a girl? I can't remember. The lover and the daughter out of the home, banishing them, proclaiming them to be failures in his craft, dooming him to a pathetic existence, where he slowly starved to death, taking care of the half child, I can't think of the word. I can think of a word, but I'm trying to think of the alternative word. But like So why the white-haired girl was brought into the mansion? Why was she shown such kindness? Because she's the daughter of the mother of the manor. The two of them, after they had Nellie, stopped seeing as much of each other anymore. The Lord stays kind of away because there's kind of a fissure between their relationship. However, he let the white-haired girl join the family as a worker out of pity for the painter whom he probably was kind of fond of. And who, while she wasn't ever at fault, she didn't make the choices that her father and her mother and his wife did. So he allowed her to come in to take care of her because she's from a good family. This family. She's not... Oh my gosh. She's the... Shoot, I can't think of it. I can't think of what it's called. And so now... Mell's fallen in love with his sister. Oh, that's terrible. Friggin' Oedipus up in here at this point. Not sleeping with your mother, but quite close to it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Certainly makes a lot of things connect the dots, doesn't it? What am I reading? I don't get it. Someone tell me, what does this mean? A painting from 16 years ago. Hair color. Sin. I do hope it is a girl. Well, this is gonna cause some problems. Incest is not for the wincest. Yes? It's Nellie. Let me in. Lady Nellie. Oh, you changed out of your dress. That's a shame. It looked nice on you. It really did look so nice. Almost like you were a princess. Lady Nellie? Say, I've got a question for you. Do you mind? By all means. What color hair did your father have? I beg your pardon? Did you not hear me? Should I repeat the question? No. I assume it would be about Lord Mell. I'm just so curious where you got that white color from. My father was more tan than white, so I didn't inherit my paleness from anyone. I asked about your father's hair color. Why do you want to... There's no reason you can't tell me, is there? My father, had white hair. But that was simply because he was an older man. I do not think he was born with... Lady Nellie? So you know what? It's ironic. It's really ironic. So he had white hair probably because he was older, like it maybe like early aging. I had an uncle whose hair turned gray when he was in his 20s, so very possible. He just happened to have a white-haired child. The chances of that was pretty astronomical, but it happened. You know? Oh man, it's the freaking perfect storm. Hey, guess what I figured out? I figured it all out. And it was so simple. There's only one difference between you and me. The thing that Mell fell for is... Oh, that sounded bad. Why do you have those? No, stay back. The hair, the shears, because the one difference between them is the hair color. Well, great. It's nice to know that Nellie's a frickin' yandere. That's just wonderful. Frickin' psychopath. Everyone's just a psychopath. We have finally reached this point in the tale, Master. If your memory has been refreshed, then we can return to the mansion immediately. Very well, then. If you insist, Master, we shall proceed with the story. This is where it's gonna get nasty. It was a stormy night, much like the one the white-haired girl had first arrived on. It was quiet as a crypt in the mansion, not a single light visible in the halls. The house sat in wait for the sun to peek out over the horizon. The darkness is, generally speaking, something that rushes by, like a gust of wind as we sleep. The flaxen-haired young man, too, lay in bed, pale blue moonlight sporadically streaming through the gaps in the drawn velvet curtains as he attempted to submit to slumber. He was having difficulty drifting off, but as time trickled onward, he drew closer and closer to the arms of Morpheus. Not sure what Morpheus is, I'll have to look it up. Oh no. See, here's the thing. Who's gonna walk through the door? Let's take our bets now. It's either gonna be a nearly bald, white-haired girl who's traumatized beyond belief, or it's gonna be Nellie wearing a wig of white hair, and if she does that, there's two things she's gonna do. She's either A, going to just reveal everything that's happened between their mother and the painter, or she's gonna do something very, very, very bad. Incest for the Wincest again. Suddenly, he sensed a presence in the room, much like the one from those nights some weeks earlier. Is someone there? Excuse me. Answer me. A slender, feminine figure pressed gently against his lips. There was no hostility in the motion, but rather a great deal of affection. Sorry, I'm not reading the right voice. Oh no. I think I know which route's happening here. It's route number 2! The silhouette faintly was visible in the darkened room was the same as that night. A flash of lightning shone through the drawn curtains, illuminating her beautiful white hair. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Several silky locks spilled over her shoulders and brushed against Mell's cheeks. A couple soft puffs of air tickled his face as though she were silently laughing. He assumed her finger held against her lips was a way of telling him to stay quiet. She began to slowly, delicately trace the outline of his mouth, moving down his cheek and along his jawline as if over porcelain. You're, rather more forward than I remember. Well, I suppose you were quite daring. This isn't the first time you sneaked into my bedchamber. I'm sure Nellie's happy about that one. The boy said in an attempt to conceal his surprise. Do you remember the night she came to exact revenge on him for her father? Indeed, she had proven herself to be a rather bold girl once already. It's dark. I can't see you very well. Why don't I light a lamp, or perhaps we can open the... Before he could finish, the white-haired girl sealed his lips with her own. In the near total darkness of his bedchamber, the two shadows appeared as one. Sorry, I keep not doing the voice. I'm kind of absorbed into what's happening here. They remained that way for several minutes. Their kiss was innocent, no more than the pressing together of two pairs of lips. And at that same time, the white-haired girl lovingly ran her fingertips across his skin. When their lips separated, Mell gasped for air. It seemed he'd been holding his breath. Slightly embarrassed himself, he said, "Oh." Like, just the music and the picture and the flash, like, oh, chills up the back. I want to run away. Nothing. He could not speak. He could not speak. The silhouette hanging above him was certainly the white-haired girl's. Or was it? Because next words were... Get off me! He reflexively shoved the girl straddling him aside. She rolled off the bed, landing on the cold floor, but slowly, gradually clawed her way back toward him. That wasn't very nice. Veiled in darkness, she slowly lifted her head. And then there was another flash of lightning, and the heavy fabric of the curtains rustled. Bolts of light streamed between the gaps. What's that? Someone's speaking. Her flaxen irises glimmered, though in a blush white light, they took on a twinge of an almost golden glow. No need to be so rough. This isn't the first time she's visited your bedchamber, is it, Mell? Or did I not kiss you the same way? Tell me, how does she run her fingers across your skin? What does she do when she nuzzles up to you? Stop! This is madness, Nellie! Why did you do this? Because you like white hair, don't you, Mell? You like white hair, which is why you fell for her, isn't it? If I have white hair, then you'll fall for me too. Then I can be your princess again, dearest Mell. Oh, we've looked sanity in the pack. It's in the back and it's vanishing quickly. What are you even talking about? He cannot escape from her. He cannot escape from her, from his sister's piercing gaze. Why? What happened? How could she? Questions crashed into the young man's mind like waves in a stormy sea. Jesus music. But none of them found answers. They simply caused him further perplexity. Yeah. Your hair. What happened to your hair? How did you get that color? Oh, this. Oh no! You like my wig? But as soon as the words left her mouth, Mell was in motion, propelled by pure instinct. Yes, run, you son of a gun! He clutched Nellie's shoulder tight enough to dig his fingers into her flesh. You're hurting me, Mell. What did you do to her? Tell me, what did you do? I made her leave. It was a perfectly reasonable decision. She was obviously not nobility, and thus hardly fit to be part of this household. But there's no need to worry, Mell. I'm here to take her place. You sound like a mad woman. It doesn't matter if she was noble blood or not. She promised she would stay by my side. So why? How could you do that to her? I promised you that long before she ever did. And I love you far more than she did, Mell. Have you lost your mind? You're not making any sense. Where is she now? What is she doing? It's always her with you. What more could you want from me? Tell me, what does she have that I don't? What do I have to do to get you to focus on me and only me? We're siblings. Don't you understand what you're doing? Oh, I understand quite well. Far better than you do, dearest Mell. I even know that a former queen was executed for it. But if we don't get caught, there's no problem. Are you saying you've always felt this way about me? Oh my, you didn't notice, dearest Mell? You truly are a dense one. I guess romance just isn't your strong suit. But you've noticed now, haven't you? You know exactly how I feel about you, right? Quit it. Enough. Don't say anything else. Stop. Stop having these insane feelings for me. It's disgusting. What? Why are you laughing about? Poor Mell, content in your complete arrogance. Alright, I'll tell you everything. Mell, you can only love blood-related women. Huh? His cackling sister appeared to him like some kind of inhuman life form. Her actions, her incomprehensible exclamation slowly drained him of his strength. What kind of deranged nonsense is that? I love her. She's your sister, Mell. Huh. Very funny. How far out of your mind have you gone, Nellie? Poor Mell. Do you honestly know nothing? Say that her father was a painter? He painted pictures for a living. What of it? For a time, her father painted of our family. You've seen the picture before, dearest Mell. The one hanging in my room of the two of us? That was painted by her father. He did a good job, didn't he? I kept asking and asking until you finally agreed to hold my hand. And how did you feel about it? You were rather embarrassed, weren't you? Do you remember that day, dearest Mell? You couldn't possibly remember it. But there's a chance you might remember this. Before we moved into this mansion, we had a painter with white hair. I don't remember any such thing. It was long ago. A painter in service of the Rhodes family. But that painter did something very, very bad, and because of that, he couldn't remain a part of our household. Do you know what he did, Mell? He lay with Mother. My father was chased from your house. If the child had been born with flaxen hair, then the painter would not have been thrown out. The baby would have been accepted as part of the family. But that wasn't how it turned out. The child had white hair. She didn't look at all like she carried the Rhodes family blood. But see, Mother had me. That I am here is all the proof you need. The girl born 16 years ago didn't have flaxen hair. Up until his last breath, he was only ever concerned about me. He held me in his arms and ran his hands through my hair, an apologetic look on his face. Because he thought he gave it to her and made her have a horrible life. You're talking total nonsense. What proof do you have? If you want to see it, I'll gladly show you. The artist left a message in the painting in my room. Tell me, am I truly wrong? What did that girl tell you? You're lying. What part of it is a lie, Mell? Everything I'm telling you is the truth. Why don't you go ask Mother? I'm sure she would throw quite a fit. Mother wouldn't. The mistress did not send me away when she saw me. Quite the opposite. She took me in as a servant. It never made any sense to me. Why would she hire a maid she knew nothing about? Someone who just showed up at the door one day. And when I asked Mother to make her my maid, she stubbornly refused. From a good house? Don't make me laugh. If she were really nobility, she would have given us her name. But Mother was so desperate to cover up her mistake. That doesn't make any sense. I don't believe a word you're saying. It couldn't possibly be true. Wouldn't it be nice if you could bury your head in the sand? But Mell, feigning ignorance is a sin. No, I refuse to believe it. Not a chance in hell. You just don't understand anything. How I feel, how much I've suffered. Do you have any idea how long I've loved you? Knowing that you would never accept my affection. But then, fancy that. You fell in love with your half-sister. Then should I qualify for your love too? Shouldn't I, Mell? She has quite a cackle on her. Stop it. Enough. Shut your mouth. Not another word. I don't believe any of this. Mell! I know you'll never love me. I know there's nowhere for me to run. Say, when we were kids, was that really me? Was I really by your side, Mell? If that painting tells the whole truth, I was never once did I get to be your princess. Not even once. So what happened to her? Please just be bald. Dearest Mell, everyone just loves to dote on me. They're always telling me how pretty I am. Mother does, father does, and all the maids do too. I can do anything I want. So for me, acting like a spoiled child is the only form of rebellion I have. I don't have the kind of freedom you do, Mell. I'm just a doll for the family to play with. When I have visitors, it's only ever for show. So it's not my fault I don't have any friends. Dearest Mell, you're the only one who's ever cared about me more than anything in the world. Dearest Mell, I always knew how I would react if you fell in love. I would cry my eyes out. I would envy her to death. I would get angry as a bull. But eventually, I would have given up. I knew I could never have it my way after all. My feelings would never bear fruit. So why did she have to be your sister? Tell me, why? Oh, dearest Mell, here you are again, reading such hard books. Your eyes will go bad if you spend so long staring at pages. I'll be fine, Nellie. It's not like I'm reading 24 hours a day. No, that's not good enough. Your eyes go bad, dearest Mell. You won't be able to see me anymore. You worry too much. I can see you fine and well, my princess. Your hair glimmering like the sun, your beautiful smile. I can see you clear as day, and that'll never change. Oh, the background did. Plus, the skies are clear today, so you're even more radiant than usual. You know, that's my favorite season. Winter's cold. There's so much rain. I can't stand it. But because it gets cold close to my birthday, the clouds go away. And I just adore the sun. Ah, yes. It's your birthday, isn't it? Have you decided what's going to ask Father for? Not yet. I want pretty dolls and shoes with sparkling gems. And I also want a pretty dress like the one Mother wears. Aha. A list that's long as asking is a bit much, even for Father. But dearest Mell, I already have what I want the most. So the truth is, as long as I have that, I don't need anything else. Oh, and what would that be? The hairpin I bought you the other day? Or maybe the song I written for you last year? None of that, dearest Mell. Huh, then what could it be? Now I'm really curious. What is that so valuable to you? That's a secret. Girls, there's so many secrets. I just don't know what to do. Say, dearest Mell, would you run your fingers through my hair? Just for a little bit? Oh, that was horrifying, whatever that was. What's gotten into you, Nellie? Why are you so hungry for attention all of a sudden? Please, dearest Mell. Oh, Nellie. Oh, Nellie, what am I going to do with you? Come over here. And I want to sit on your lap. Yes, yes, do as you wish, my beautiful, beautiful little princess. Say, dearest Mell, what is it this time, Nellie? Right now, I'm so incredibly happy. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, and out of curiosity, who was it that you really cared so much about? In a fevered frenzy, Mell fled from the mansion. Even in early summer, the night was cold. And to make matters worse, raindrops pelted in from head to toe. But that caused little discomfort, for far greater maelstrom of pain rampaged through his breast. At night, the town took on a different appearance. Not simply for lack of illumination, but the people active within it as well. It was not a suitable place for a young aristocratic man to go wandering unattended. The darkness is not only about the devils, but of beggars, thieves, criminals, and all manner of things undesirable. But despite that, he continued to run, knowing not where he was to head. He simply went where his feet took him. and where he arrived was the church. Father! Father! Gosh, you should be able to offer me counsel. To answer all my questions. About that painting, about her, about Nellie's feelings. Not her lies, but the truth. Please open the door. Open the door! But as you might expect, the door was locked. The priest showed no signs of responding to his calls. The sound of the pouring rain drowned out everything else. Ugh. His head drooped feebly. He looked like a helpless little calf who had wandered alone into the dark, precarious mountain path with no end in sight. Why? Why won't anyone tell me the truth? All I want is for someone to tell me that's not true. Have I sinned? No, I didn't know anything. I didn't know. No, none of it's true, so I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not at fault, am I? Nevertheless, his sister's claims and her laughs continued to echo within his head. Did he find her? If he truly believed it to be false, he would have gone to look at the painting. That he could not was an indication that uncertainty had stronger grip on him. Fragmented images of a white-haired painter fluttered through the back of his mind, but he desperately shoved them aside. What good is the church? What good is theology? What good is God? What? Something moved near the boy. I stood immediately behind him and grasped at his light dressing gown. Had he been so consumed in his own world that he'd not noticed the person's presence until they were close enough to touch him? What? Who are you? Standing there was a beggar dressed in tattered rags. It's gonna be her, isn't it? He's still begging at the church? The hooded beggar tentatively extended his hand toward Mell, pleading for relief with sad, slender fingers. Were he a generous young man, Mell would have given the beggar something. Were he generous, of course. Lord, get your filthy hands off me. I don't have a darn thing for you right now. Don't you dare touch me. Suddenly, the beggar's hand turned upward. My eyes catch the beggar's. Her hood fell back, revealing a hairless head. And a pair of red eyes gazing bitterly through a familiar, distinctive glimmer at Mell. Red eyes. She immediately covered her face and turned to run. It can't be! The beggar that's always been here was a... But you said yourself you would not survive much longer. How could you be certain she was that same beggar? Huh! Wait for me! Perhaps, as someone of such a high social standing, all beggars appear the same to you? Or perhaps you wanted to believe your meager generosity made a difference, that you did something of value. Oh man, I will not say it's wrong to think so. Wait for me! I chased after the fleeing girl. While I shout for her to stop, she continues to run. The rain's so heavy, I'm afraid I might lose her. I'm terrified. But I didn't do anything wrong, did I? I'm begging you, please stop. I just want to talk. She comes to a stop at a corner. Please do not go around. Please do not go around this corner. It's you, isn't it? I am sorry. Why are you apologizing? What I said back there was terrible, and for that I am truly sorry. I didn't realize it was you. Please, come back to me. If you're concerned about social status, I'll figure something out. And Nellie's getting married off soon enough. Oh, yes, Nellie. Nellie did some horrible things to you. She's lost her mind. She was talking nonsense. But don't worry, she'll be out of the picture soon enough. I'll make sure you're safe. Say something, please. Are you angry? Are you angry? You're angry, aren't you? I'm not angry at you. I am not. Did you know everything? Did you come to our house aware of everything? What? Did you? Tell me, please. The priest isn't around and everything Nellie says is a lie. You're the only one who will tell me if it's true or not. What are you Our relationship. I don't understand what you're saying. I see. You don't know. You don't know. It's for the best. Nellie's the only one who knows. She'll be gone before long. Everything will be alright. Lord Mell, it's all be alright. Let's go back. I'll make sure you're never put in danger again. I'm begging you, stay with me. My appearance is no longer suitable to stand at your side. You saw how unsightly I am back at the church, did you not? My hair can grow back. That's not a problem. Now I truly look the part of a hideous witch. But I am to blame. It was a sin for me to find happiness in your kindness. What are you talking about? My sin was falling in love with you. Not what happened to my father, nor how we had to spend our days. There's no sin in that. There's no sin in that. We have our whole lives ahead of us. Don't we? With enough time, the whole tragic mess will be behind us. Things will only get better from here. I'll be your prince, like the one the girl sees outside the world. So please, give me your hand. Come to me. Don't leave me all alone. I need you by my side. Please. I extend my hand around the corner. I sent her hesitating beyond the bend. I'm begging you. I can't see what's on the other side, but a vision of her reaching out to put her hand in mine wells up in my mind. But the story never had an ending. What? She doesn't take my hand. I doubt the girl ever wrote the letter. She's not there when I turn the corner. Why? How did things end up like this? Where did I go wrong? Your error was likely your kindness, thoughtlessly, haphazardly spreading your generosity. But that generosity came from your own desire to avoid pain, from your own happiness. What should I have done? I can't take this. Everyone was happy. Nellie used to laugh and smile. She once meant the world to me. How did things end up like this? It's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. If you pretend like nothing happened, then perhaps I can go on smiling in your head. But regardless, you must follow the path you tread. It is your path alone, the path you chose when in that moment you decided to run. Make the wrong choice in these moments, and you shall find yourself on the road to ruin. I would have been better off not knowing. Better off in the dark. I just wanted those tranquil days to last. They were supposed to last forever. At some point, your childhood must come to an end. And that extent may not be the one you anticipated. That ending may not be the one you anticipated. I can't stand this world. You yearned for a world that would treat you with kindness. What should I do? What should I have done? Someone please help me. You should return now. If you spend too long out here, you are liable to catch a cold. Now, let us return to our own time. Poor Mell. What is he gonna do? Darn it. I wish he'd stayed. But I think that's where we're gonna end for tonight. Darn it. I remember you kind of jokingly pointed out last episode, I was like, I just want everyone to be happy. And you're like, you know, it's not going to happen, right? I was like, of course I don't. But man, that bomb drop, though, that was pretty freaking cool. And then psychopathic Nellie. I really didn't think she'd take the psycho yandere route. Like, it's just she didn't truly Andre there because she didn't kill anybody, but man, she effectively destroyed her. Ugh. Still, can't believe it. Messed up, messed up. But yeah, we'll analyze it more with the maid and the mysterious main character, us, in a little bit. And we'll kind of formally dissect it, but we can also talk about it in the comments. Ooh, sorry, yawn. But man, definitely didn't see that twist coming. I am glad I kind of put all the pieces together though through like the little notes before like summarized it all for me. It wasn't really that much foresight, but it was still good that the wheels turning in my head. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Makes me really sad. But it's really good story crafting so far, and I'm curious to see if we're going to be seeing a new time. Are we ever going to find out what happened to Mell afterwards? I really like to know. Nellie, I could probably live without finding out what happens to her in the future, but I am curious what Mell does. And the white-haired girl, I'd love to know if she has something else that happens in her future. I doubt it. I mean, she has nothing, but I hope she finds happiness or some kind of life. I just don't think she will. Because, I mean, she's a white-haired girl, so people are going to be mistrustful of her appearance. And she has no means. She has no one to help her. So what is she going to do? Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. Once again, it's a pleasure having you here, and it's a pleasure to talk about these things. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and until the next video you watch of me, whatever you see me in next, I'll see you there.